Hello, my lovely, beautiful people. Story time. Let's talk about out-of-body experiences. This is some crazy stuff. I am not really someone who has experienced a whole ton of out-of-body experiences as a kid. I know there are lots of people who I've talked to, like, they have lucid dreams and astral project all the time. That was not me up until about 2 years ago. And then it started happening regularly. And the very first out-of-body experience that I had was when I was living with my ex-husband in our house, and I really wanted to have an out-of-body experience. So I was practicing all these different techniques, and I was learning a ton about it, but I kept failing. I just couldn't get there. And one day I actually wasn't trying. I woke up in the middle of the night, got up, went to the bathroom, came back, and I just was laying there, just lying on the bed. And I was closing my eyes and I was thinking of organizing the house or cleaning or something very, very left-brained, very practical. And I wasn't tired. I kind of felt like I was closing my eyes and almost meditating on cleaning my house. And all of a sudden I felt this sensation of tingling all over my body. And I completely disintegrated. Like, my body became particles and like disintegrated and then reintegrated into the bathroom. Like, I actually like unformed and just dissipated like dust and then reformed in my bathroom. And it felt like electricity was like running up and down my body. It was incredible. And then I went into the living room and I didn't know if I was awake or not. That's how vivid this was. It was incredibly real, like maybe even realer than real. Everything was like popping and colorful, and it was incredible. And I actually said, I'm gonna move this newspaper from the couch to the kitchen table. And if in the morning it's on the kitchen table, I'll know I was awake. Well, needless to say, or I'll know that I was like in my body doing my bodily things. It was not on the table in the morning. The second one that I had when I was first starting this Kundalini awakening / chakra work way back maybe 3 years ago. When I first started, this one was really, really intense. I was having a fight with my fiance. We weren't really able to sleep together. He was staying up all night and I was having a really hard time sleeping. So I slept for a little while and then I got up and I was just, I don't know, we were just bickering. So I was lying there and I was kind of like going over in my head how I could fix the issue. Again, I was in my logical mind. And all of a sudden I felt like I was floating. And I had this vision, or if it was an astral projection, then I was astrally projected to this pod, this like space pod that was probably about like a little bit bigger than me, like a big tank, like a sensory deprivation tank. That's what it reminded me of, if you've ever done that before. If you haven't, it was just an encapsulated thing that was about twice the size of me. And I was laying down in this pod. And the guy from, oh my God, I'll put his name in text over here because I can't remember who he is. But he is one of my favorite actors. Can't believe I don't remember his name. He was in the corner, like perched up in this little space, and he held out his hand and he said, "Are you ready?" And I knew exactly what he was talking about. I knew he was talking about, are you ready for this Kundalini energy to move through you? Are you ready to level up? Like I felt like it was a challenge, and like he was excited. He had this huge smile on his face. I got really excited. So I took his hand. And the second I took his hand, I felt and saw and experienced a tremendous amount of light pouring into me from both directions, both the top of my head, the crown chakra, down, and through my feet, through my root chakra, up. And I don't know what was going on because it was so fast. The energy was moving so fast. I couldn't tell what it was doing in my body. And I heard a hugely loud noise, like a train whistle. And it just took me over. I was like floating in this capsule, and this light is pouring through me, and I felt the light physically. My whole body felt like it had this rod, this metal rod in it, like I was just completely stiff with the amount of energy that was pouring through me. So then I got up. I woke up, and my fiance and I continued to argue. And I don't know why. At the time, I really think I was working through some anger blockages because the argument wasn't serious, but I was so angry. It was just a little bicker, like a little annoyance that he had and that I had, but I was taking it way too far. Like, I was pissed without good cause. So I slept on the couch. I went downstairs and I slept on the couch. And I was curled up in a ball. And as I started to fall asleep, I felt myself rising up again. And I knew that I was near the ceiling. I could just sense it. So I looked down and I saw my body curled up on the couch. And the same thing happened. This light started coming through me and my whole body was stretched out. And the rod came through it again. And I could feel it. I felt all stiff. And I heard the train whistle or whatever it was, that tone that was like deafening. And then I just was suddenly in my body again and suddenly on the couch. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God. And for months after that, guys, I felt energy coursing through me like crazy. I mean, literally like I was being electrocuted. And I would even get so overcome with the energy that I would actually get paralyzed at times. Swear in my soul. So that was crazy. Those are my big out-of-body experiences, my big lucid dreams or astral projections. I feel like they kind of all go under the same category. I do think they're different, but I think they kind of fall into this really cool category of mystical experiences. So that was amazing, and I've had things happen like that, but on smaller scales ever since then, ever since I started this journey a few years ago. Like, we were in Florida and I rose up out of my body again and I saw my body on the floor and I started walking around the hotel room that we were in. Like, that was exciting, but it wasn't as dramatic. But I wanted to share those dramatic stories of my out-of-body experiences / Kundalini awakening experiences. Very, very cool stuff. And learning how to do this at will is something that I'm going to be exploring with you and that we are going to be putting into practice in my School for the Mystical Arts. So check that out down below. I've left the link in the description. To join is only $19.99 a month, guys, and you learn so much. Like, I have all these different courses about mystical and magical things, not only out-of-body experiences, but also things like raising your Kundalini, working with the chakras, reading tarot for yourself and other people, the law of attraction. Everything mystical that you can think of has been my obsession since I was about 9 years old, and I have dedicated my life to studying this stuff and putting it into practice, and now I want to share it with the world because I've been doing it for like almost 30 years. It's time now. So definitely join because you'll gain so much. Your life will change as a result. Like, it's going to be so awesome. All right. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day, guys. Like, subscribe, comment below. Goodbye.